Yo, what's up, YouTube? Look though, man, we in the clothing store, and today, man, we showing you all the do's and the don'ts of having a clothing store, because everybody be asking me, so I'm ready to answer y'all questions today. Hey, look, first off, do not make a big investment like getting a store if you don't got motion. That's the first thing right there. It just won't make sense. My best thing with that would be like, bro, you don't want to get a store, pay rent, have to pay your employee, have to manage your inventory and everything like that, and you don't got nobody coming to the store. That's like, you feel what I'm saying? That's like buying a $30,000 camera and you don't got no bookings. It's no fucking point, chat. So a highly requested question I got, man, is how much inventory is too much inventory? So as y'all seen back there, man, we got a lot of inventory. Hey, show them like kind of what's going on right here. We ain't fully stocked right now, but we got inventory everywhere. We got some stuff right here too. We show them this. That's our shirts. But peep game though. This what I was saying about the motion though, chat. Look at this. Like right here. Got over 100 plus orders ready to go out. So that means 100 plus jackets was bought this week. You feel what I'm saying? So you don't want to have too much inventory if your sales not adding up to it. So that's kind of based off what I was saying earlier. Just because you get a lot of money do not mean you have to spend all that money. So all my clothing brand owners out there, you already know you got your hit products. You got your products that's not selling, man. So let me give y'all a few examples. This is my valuable product right here. I would buy 1 million of these if I could, because these sell out for me every drop. Now, these, on the other hand, they've been sitting, chat. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all come get these, because they've been sitting in the store. Like, I probably didn't restock on these in one time versus my 10 times I done restocked on those. So you can definitely tell you got a hit product based off what's selling off the first week. So if I sold 20 jackets, I probably sold 2 sweatsuits. That's not a good seller. I probably won't restock on those. But yeah, I got these though right here. So these some new sweatsuits I got. I'm basically just gonna test them out, see how much better they sell than those. I haven't dropped them yet, but that's how you tell if you got a hit product or not. So look, as y'all see right here by this clothing rack, we're low on stock. So you may be asking me, how do you know when you should bring in new arrivals, which is basically new inventory? Let me show you. I'll show you back here. So as you see, back here, man, we're fully stocked, everything. What my best advice would be, so for example, I got all mediums right here. Once I get down to about 2 rows of mediums, I will order more. You don't never want to ever go under stock just because you want to always be able to fulfill everybody's order. It's always holidays, birthdays, all that. You don't never want to be the brand and say, I got you when I restock. Always have it in stock. You go to Nike, they got what you need every time you need it. The next question is, what's a rookie inventory mistake you made? Basically what I was saying back there, man. My brand was selling out so fast, but I was also money hungry. So I would wait till I was fully sold out to order more. But as I was doing that, I was running pre-orders. And that fucks up like your brand image, just your face card. So, bro, if you got the money to spend to always be in stock, just let your money flow over top of it, man. Just buy all the inventory. I feel like it's an important question, man. I gotta speak on this. The biggest don't with pricing your clothes, bro. Just cause I sell my jackets for 65 to 70 does not mean you need to do the same. When I first started, bro, I was selling these jackets right here for like $40, $45. Now, if you didn't catch it when it was that price, that's on you. But I say that to say, man, I base my prices off how big my brand got, just because there's so many brands right now, man. The game is oversaturated, bro. So you gotta find a way to stand out. You gotta have quality if you're gonna have high prices, because $65 jacket, man, you can go get you a Nike jacket for $70. You feel what I'm saying? So it's all about the quality, if you're gonna make it a trend, or if your piece is overall hard, man. So I say do not base your prices off what you see somebody else. Now, you make it range it, but don't just do the exact price just because you think that's what the market is. You gotta sometimes make your own market. Hey, next question is, should you run discounts often or rarely? Now, my thing, I run discounts, but only for specialized events. So like Valentine's Day, let's say a customer comes in the store, it's their birthday, $10 off. Or you got Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, Halloween's not really like a holiday for clothes, but I got this one, so I did a deal on this for Halloween. But other than that, you shouldn't just be running discounts because you want to make your profit so you can spend your money on your ads. A lot of you brands not tapped into ads. That's why I personally feel like a lot of brands don't go up. So you want to learn how to scale your brand to a minimum 5 figures a month. Come tap in with me, come join my mentorship, man. This is a highly requested question right here, right? Do you recommend cash or card only, and why? See, now me, I do a little bit of both. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta have your cash to put up, hide it, you know what I'm saying? Leave it away. But you gotta have your card too, man, just in case you wanna go get you a loan, you wanna go get you a house, a store, you're gonna need proof of income. So don't have a brand and think you're finna run up 50K all cash and then come get you a store. It don't work like that, man. You need proof of income. So definitely try to get about 67% of all your proceeds and sales online so you can have your proof of income. What's the #1 thing that brings people into your store? The video you're watching right now, bro. If you're not shooting content or investing into yourself for content, you shouldn't be in this business. I ain't gonna lie, like everybody's on social media all day. It's because of content. You know Nike is Nike because of content. You know Apple is Apple because of content. Everybody wants it. It's a trend. So the more content that you produce, that you release, or you have people a part of what you're doing, it's a trend. So marketing is like 90% of a business. I ain't gonna lie. Marketing is key. That's what brings people in the store, marketing. So this right here is another key one. It's more of opinion based, but it's still a good question. What's the biggest don't on social media for clothing brands? My biggest don't be on social media and portraying as if you don't get no sales. I'm always on my story saying I'm almost sold out or I got hundreds of orders going out. Now, as you see right here though, I'm not lying about the orders going out, but as you seen earlier in the video, I am lying about almost being sold out. You feel what I'm saying? So the biggest don't I would definitely not do on social media is say that you're not selling. Because if you're not selling, it's not gonna make people wanna buy it. That's just like designer shoes or designer jeans. Everybody wants them because it's hard to get them. So you just wanna portray as if, man, you better get it now or you won't never be able to get it. So we almost done, man. Y'all make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video. But look, how important is customer experience versus pricing? That's key. That's just like right now, my guy Josh, Shot by Josh. If he booked with somebody and then he took 20 years to get their content back, they're not gonna book again. So customer experience is everything. So before you think about getting a store, make sure you're shipping out your orders on time, making sure when you pull up to do a local delivery, you got a smile on your face, you're respectful, etc. Because the customer experience is what's gonna make them come back. So for example, how me and Ja right now shooting content, I'm telling other business owners, oh, come get right, come get right. It's all about the customer experience. So your customers can actually bring you more sales, more clients, more bookings, all of that. So it's also about building your own community, which we'll make a whole separate video about. If you want to learn how to build your own community and don't feed off nobody else's motion, have your own motion, stay tuned for that video too. What's a marketing myth people believe that's wrong? A lot of the time, man, people be like, hey, Zay, I need this, I need that to do this. Bro, you would ask Ja right now, man, we be shooting the most basic stuff ever, doing the most basic stuff ever. It's just about how you portraying it, how you're doing it, who you doing it with, where you doing it. You don't need the extra accessories. You don't need props. You don't need green screens. You don't need none of that. You also don't need money either. Bro, I started my clothing brand with 5 pieces. Believe me or not, I started with 5 pieces. Now we got thousands of pieces coming in monthly, man. Hey, we into some serious questions right now. You need to listen up. What's the hard truth about owning a clothing store? Everything, bro. Nobody told me you need a business permit. Nobody told me you need a business license. Because I have my LLC. This is not a business license. To get a store, you need whatever city you in, business license. You need a maximum occupancy. You need your floor plan. You're going to need an architect. You're going to have the fire marshals come through here, police precinct. You're going to have everything. That's the hard truth that nobody told me about, that all the stuff I was going to have to deal with. I'm just thinking all these buildings out here that's on these streets and stuff, they already done. I'm thinking they already done. I just go in there, put my clothes in there, run the content. No. So a lot of behind the scenes you're going to have to focus on. So make sure before you just go take your money to go get that business, if you can't pay that deposit for that building times 3, don't do it, because you're gonna end up spending that times 3 amount on renovations, employees. It's fees for all that paperwork and permits and stuff too. I'm gonna tell you that now. Electrician, man, plumbing, everything, man. So that's damn sure was a hard truth I had to learn, because I wasn't planning on that. So, but as it came, man, I had to learn how to adapt, and also come with working hard. But that's a hard truth right there. Make sure you really set out your plan. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick example, right? Just food for train, food for thought, right? You could be a cameraman. You could have 100 followers, but 50 of those followers book you every 2 weeks. Now, do you need 50,000 followers? No. If you get 50 people to book you every 2 weeks, you straight. That's just like me with my clothing brand. I like to build my community. Same thing with the Global Connections event. Y'all seen all them people that was there? That's community. So, man, you need to really lock in on your people, your time management, and things like that, because that's why businesses like McDonald's become corporations. They locked in on their community, them people that's coming to get them Big Macs every day, them Happy Meals, shit like that, man. So I definitely say lock in on your community, and we'll dive deeper into that, but that's just a good example right there. So look, man, look, y'all probably like, okay, Motion Apparel, one of the biggest brands in the city. We finna go to my guy Exotic Creation store right now. We're gonna grab his perspective on the same questions, man. We're gonna catch y'all when we get there. What's up, y'all, man? You know we had to come tap in with.
It's your boy Exotic back here with another one.
So look, basically we going around different business owners in Richmond, asking the do's and don'ts for having a store, and just asking a few questions for kids, or just to say young entrepreneurs who may want to eventually have a store one day in their life.
Right.
All right, let's walk in. So I know a lot of young entrepreneurs either selling out their trunk, out their parents' house, or they got a storage unit. Once you get a store, man, that's a big leap. So kind of explain what you kind of do to manage your inventory, because you know people have websites, stores, pop-up shops, different things like that. So what do you do to best keep track of all your inventory?
Spreadsheet. Use a spreadsheet and bust it down between the website and the store. But I personally wouldn't recommend starting off with a store. I started with a store. I wish I'd have started off with more controlling the inventory from a warehouse or a storage unit first and doing the website, because having a store, the overhead gonna take a lot before you even get into your prop.
Definitely, man. That's a good answer, because we asked a few people, and I think you the first one that said a spreadsheet. I ain't even say a spreadsheet. I don't even use a spreadsheet, so that's definitely a great answer. So look, this is a very important question. I'm gonna answer it to myself. What's one thing you must do every day as a store owner?
Promote, market,
But how would you say promote and market? Like promote and market what? The store
Post.
address, the merchandise inside of it, or the
anything.
area?
Anything. Just keep it in people's face. The more you
And-
post, the more consistent you be, the algorithm will pick it up.
And why you feel like that's such important? And like with the way we living now, it's not like the 90s, the 80s. Everybody don't know everything yet. So why do you feel like content and promotion is so key?
Because the internet is taking over. Stores are the next 5 years ain't gonna be a thing for real.
Yeah, everybody shopping online. Like I just told the camera earlier, like it's certain days the store be hella slow, and I'm only dependent on my online sales. So definitely, if you're a brand owner, before you think about getting a store, try to lock in with other aspects of your business first before you just try to spend that much of an investment on the store.
I'm not a big tester guy.
You just say fuck it.
I've been studying all my shit for like 13 years, so I know what I'm asking for. I don't really mess up too often.
So your advice on that was definitely do like research on kind
Just
of
knowing what you're asking for. Measurements, fabric, print, your drawstrings, the aglets, the ankles, the wrists, the daggone stitching, all of that. You just need to know what you're asking for, and there's no way they can fuck it up.
Definitely.
No way.
I bet. So mindset is key. Your brain, it runs everything. So what do you feel like is a mistake that new business owners make?
Get rich quick schemes. It's just not gonna last. So it's either you're gonna be in it and you're gonna know the business and run it like a business, but if you think you're gonna just jump in the game and make $1 million in the first month,
They do not work like that.
you're gonna start off in debt.
Definitely. So if you had to restart your business, how do you feel like you would go about it? What would your first 3 months be if you just restarted your business and let's say Exotic Creations was getting rebirth tomorrow?
I would probably save up $1,000. I would get like 3 testers, maybe 2, and I would spend like 3 to 4 months just promo. blasting and shit out of promo. I would collect some shit of data, and I would put that $1,000 into nothing but marketing. And go dumb. I'll make like 70 to 100,000 my first drop. Too easy. But I would focus more on learning the e-commerce than running the business, and also learning taxes and how to cut your inventory prices, bro. Because that shit can get out of hand depending on where you're getting it from.
Definitely. And you just said something important, taxes. How do you feel like taxes end up messing business owners as they just keep going?
When a nigga ain't never touched 10,000 and they get a $10,000 month, and they don't understand you got to pay a good chunk back to the IRS, or a couple years down the line, your ass won't have 10,000. They gonna audit you and your business, and you gonna have to come up with a whole nother business and start from scratch, or either file bankruptcy.
Definitely, man. So
And
y'all
take your house, take your car,
Definitely.
they garnish your bank accounts, they fuck your credit up. Shit, they'll come get your mama house if you got her on as your like a co-signer. Like, you know, some niggas, all these niggas be getting track cards and shit.
Yeah.
I know they be like 19, 20, 21 years old. Nigga go to the lot, drop a couple bands on a track hawk or a fucking Hellcat. 9 times out of 10, a lot of them niggas be getting co-signed from their parents or somebody in their family. They ain't gonna know that if they get audited, they gonna fuck their peoples over too.
Definitely.
Cause they gonna come take all that shit out the driveway. We gonna be teased.
Definitely, man. Appreciate you giving me your time out today,
For sure,
man.
my guy.
So tell them where they could find you at and the store location.
So you can find me in Shockoe Bottom area, Richmond, Virginia, 17.5 North 17th Street. But on Instagram at exotic_RVA, just replace the E with a 3.
What's up, y'all? We basically just teleported over here. But look, tell them who we got us with it today.
What's going on? My name Beezy, here from Richmond, Virginia, owner of FYBBN Trappers.
Bet. So look, it ain't too many stores in Richmond, man. So you know we had to come tap in. Today I'm gonna basically just ask you a few questions for people that may be interested in getting a store, or they may be in another state and just think about getting a store. So the first one is, what was the whole process for you when you thought about getting a store, and / why did you want to get it?
I've been working on my credit since I was 16, so that was light. I really ain't had no cash. I use credit. I do credit.
Yeah, y'all
Credit
tap
for
in with the
everything.
credit. My second question is, what's something successful stores do differently?
Some people drop once every 3 months, stuff like that, but you dropping every week, you staying in their face, you steady promoting, and that's gonna pipe you up for sure.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the time when people transition from, like, let's say selling out the trunk or their house, it's easier to manage inventory. But once you get a store, you got in-person sales, online sales, you may have pop-up shops, different things like that. So what's 2 things that you took into factor when trying to manage your inventory when having a store?
I ain't gonna lie, it's hard to perfect that. Definitely trying to pick the right system or what system to use to manage everything. But for me, it's like, really, you need a weekly recheck, making sure everything on point, making sure the website on point, in person on point. So to me, that's a never-ending issue. Like, you always gotta check it.
How do you base your pricing when you look at other stores? So, like, how do you feel like your pricing is different from other stores?
Pricing is different for me. I rely on quality. So I already know most of the time my stuff gonna be a little bit higher than other individuals, which that don't bother me. But really create a price based on what I think it's worth.
Yeah.
And maybe sometimes what I spent on it or how limited it may be.
Yeah.
So I kind of judge pricing based on that.
Okay. And my last question, so do you have employees for your store?
Yes.
So when you were looking, because I don't have employees for my store yet. I got one, but it ain't really like a real employee, you know what I'm saying? So one of my partners. Yeah. So it's a question for me too. When you went to pick your employees, what did you kind of factor in, and / what was like the make or break it point for that?
I ain't gonna lie, hiring employees is hard. That's probably one of the hardest things. I probably still don't even have an answer for you. It's like, it's tough because when you love your brand, can't nobody else run it like you. It's
I say
people
that all the time.
People come in the store like, hey, yo, what Beezy at? And it's like, oh, he here, all right. Like, all kind of stuff that you really.
And they gotta be trustworthy.
It's gonna take some time to probably find that right individual or the right group of individuals that'll work. But in the meantime, you can hire somebody based on, like, if you feel like they're a good fit for your brand, and then kind of just go from there. Sometimes, people might not stay a long time.
Yeah.
Just really trying to go off that and letting that be like the start of it. just keep going.
Definitely, man. I appreciate you for your time. Just
sure.
let them know where they can find you at, like store location and Instagram.
Yeah, we downtown, Shaka Bottom, 19 on 17th Street. Instagram is FYBB Online. Tap in.
You in the Richmond area, man. We turning up the entrepreneurship. So I need everybody to come tap in with all the businesses in the area. Appreciate you, my guy.
Take your time, bro. Be cool.
Yes, sir.